Hi guys, welcome back to Necessarily Tiffany. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning for yet another video, welcome back Necessarily family. Guys, I've struggled with day 9 of this Say I Do challenge. This is actually day 8, almost day 7, because you're about to get it at like 11:30 at night, but it counts because it's still day 8. But I've struggled with this content. I've tried to film it a million times, and for some reason, either audio doesn't work, people are just like all over the place, all in my camera. So I have to record it really late at night while Noel's asleep. But for day 9, I'm going to tell you guys the true and honest story about how Marcus and I met and how we got together. So I'm telling the story. I had a glass of wine. The size of the glass is not even important, but I had a glass of wine, and I'm going to tell you guys, Marcus is sitting here and he can't say anything. He has to be quiet, and this is my story. If Marcus wants to tell the story, Marcus, so I've had 2 glasses, well, I'm going to have 2 glasses of wine. So if Marcus wants to tell the story, he needs to start his own channel and tell the story. So are you guys ready? So we're going to go back all the way to 2008, back when we were color blocking and doing the Dougie. So I decided to join this student group called RAP, R-A-P-P, the Racial Awareness Pilot Program at the University of Cincinnati. And I joined because I was just looking to get more involved on campus. This was my 2nd year. So I got in because you had to interview and do all this other stuff, which was very worth it because it's a great program. I interviewed and I got in, and on the day we had to do the icebreakers where we all met, I noticed Marcus. I was like, okay, you know, he's cute. He had a great smile. But other than that, I was not checking for Marcus because he wasn't my type of guy. I like thicker guys, chunky guys, and you know, he wasn't that. So nothing really happened between us. Like I don't even think we talked until the retreat. So we had to go on a retreat to Grillville. And so we ate dinner, and then we were going outside by the fire pit, and I had a blanket because it was cold. It was fall. It was super cold. And I noticed he was walking with a t-shirt on with nothing else. Everyone else was bundled up or had a blanket on. So I was like, hey, do you want to share this blanket? And he was like, you know, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, you know, I'm just being nice because as a good Christian woman, I just wanted to share the warmth with another person. So we ended up sharing the blanket, and somehow we didn't even end up staying outside long because I don't do bugs. So we ended up going inside, and there was a fireplace going, and we ended up talking by the fireplace for, gosh, hours. Like it was almost time to get up. Like we talked about everything. We learned about each other's lives, school, family, or whatever. And it wasn't even like a dating thing. Like it was just like we were talking, you know, and it just, time flew by. I remember us talking, and I also remember time just flying. Like literally we looked at our phones and it was almost time to get up. So the next day we talked a little bit, and then we exchanged numbers. So once we exchanged numbers, we had our first date. Oh gosh, I have to figure out how to tell the story. So you're not supposed to be talking. This isn't your channel. So we arranged a date, and he came over and he brought a bootleg movie. Because I knew he was broke. Like he was graduating, looking for a job. The recession had happened. So I was like, all right, you know, bring over a movie. I had a DVD player. And we ended up watching a movie and hanging out. And so pretty much after that, I was feeling him. I was feeling him, but not too much, because I was feeling him, but not a lot, shall I say. Because Marcus was very clear that he wanted to be married. He was 20... I was 19, so he was 23. He was very clear that he wanted to be married by 25. As a sophomore in college, I was just kind of like, no, like that's not what I want. So we hung out for a little bit, and I took him seriously. I know he doesn't believe I did. I did, but I just didn't. I wanted things to slow down. So finally one day he was like, look, I want you to be my girlfriend or nah. So I said, nah. I was like, I'm not ready. Like, he tried to force me. And so I wasn't having it. So I got out of the car and I went to my dorm room. Literally, y'all, I kid you not. I went to sleep and woke up. And this man was in a relationship with someone else from a different country. He wants to talk so bad, y'all. Like, he wants to talk so bad. He can't talk. Hold on. Let me take a sip. I'm like, so how is you all into me and feeling me, but as soon as I said nah, you went to your second option? So it was cool. So I cussed him out via text. Oh, I let him have it. And I wasn't nice. I didn't hold no bars. Like, I just let him have it. I told him how I felt. And Marcus, being Marcus, was a typical jerk about it. Like, okay, I'm sorry you feel that way. It's like, all right. So he was making me madder. So literally in this group, I would like say things so disrespectfully to him. Like, it was a group for like 30 people. And I'd be like, man, hope your blood sugar goes low and you die. And I would say things like that. So disrespectful. So glad he didn't. But I was so mean to him because I was angry, because it wasn't that I didn't like him. I felt like he didn't give me that chance to grow. Like, I felt like it was a, hey, grow up, forget, all your college options and just date me. And I was like, no, I don't want that. Fast forward, Marcus graduates. We both are in he's in a relationship. I'm in a situationship, a hot mess. And somehow we just started talking again as friends. And I wasn't mad at him anymore. First of all, if you know Marcus, you can't be mad at him. He's like the sweetest thing ever. And I was just like, oh, I can't be mad at him. He's my friend. So Marcus and I would like seriously be friends, and we would hang out and we would do things. He thought I was mad at him, but one day I was like, I'm not mad at you. So we started hanging out. I helped him get his his 2 suits for his first like big boy job. We went to dinner, we hung out, we went to the movies. We were just friends. But I had my friend back. So I was excited because I literally went through a year of like hell. And I was so happy to have my friend back because Marcus just listened. He listened and we could just literally go somewhere and just chill. He never wanted to he wasn't the club type. I wasn't the club type. But we could talk and just be friends. And that was great. So one day we were out. Oh, he took me to dinner to thank me for helping him get a tux. I just want a suit. Why do I keep calling it a tux? Helping him get a suit. So he was dropping me off at my dorm, and I went to give him a hug, bye, like as friends do. And Marcus kissed me. He tried to kiss me. He didn't kiss me. And I was like, ooh, I got a situationship. You got a girlfriend. That's not okay. So I got out the car. I didn't know what else to do because it was awkward. I didn't want him to think I was a hoe. So I ran out the car, and he kept texting me like, I can come back. I'm sorry. I was like, nah, don't come back. So we were cool after that. And I got into another situationship. Help me, God. Thank you, God, for delivering me. Hold on, y'all. Thank you, God, for delivering me. So, but Marcus and I still remain friends. We still hung out. But it was, at this point, it was 2009. And I stopped being an RA and I got my first apartment. It was a little studio. I had no furniture. I knew I just wanted to get off of campus because it was cheaper and I was ready to live on my own. So I was working at this place called Newport and Levee. I was a parking attendant. It was miserable because it was hot. I was literally taking tickets and taking money for people to get into a parking garage. And so on July 19th, I text Marcus happy birthday. It was his birthday. I didn't think anything of it. I had just turned 21. I was just like, let me text him happy birthday. And he called me. And I was surprised because, you know, I actually hadn't heard his voice at that point in time for a couple months. And he was like, well, what are you doing? I said, nothing. He was like, well, what are you doing tonight? Nothing. Like, I'm struggling to pay my rent on this apartment I just got. And he was like, well, you want to hang out? I'm like, sure. You know, I had to tell him because I had no furniture. So he was going to be sitting on the floor. So I did tell him that. And he was like, you know, that's fine. We can sit on the floor. We can just, you know, watch movies or whatever because I had a DVD player. I was like, all right, come on over. So he came over and we literally just talked like we had never talked before. This made me really realize why and how I miss my friend. We end up going to get food that night and talking. And we talked until late in the midnight hour, like late. And so it was late and I was like, well, you might as well just stay over. My mom's going to kill you when I tell this story. Y'all ready for the tea about your boy? So, I was like, you can stay over. And I was like, all right, you can sleep in my bed. I was like, okay. So I wasn't trying anything. I wasn't putting out. He tried it. Oh, he tried it. And I can't even begin to tell you some of the things that he was whispering. It wasn't working. It was cute, but it wasn't working. Like, I played sleep with y'all. Like, and I had a belly back then, so my belly was moving. You know when you laugh and you get a good belly laugh, your belly be moving. But yeah, so he tried it. But nothing happened, and he woke up the next morning, went to church, and then we had our first official date that week. And after that, Marcus never left. So what turned out to be him coming over for his birthday, ending up being an 11-year relationship, and me having a permanent roommate. Mind you guys, I moved into my apartment, like I said, because I wanted to live alone. And I ended up getting a permanent roommate for 11 years. With that being said, I don't know what the lesson of the story is. I'm really just telling you guys the story because it's funny to think about, especially after I had a few glasses of wine. But Marcus may try to rebut my story in the comments. Don't let him, because he's a liar. My story, word is bond. Like, my story, that's it. My story is the truth. But I don't regret it. I don't regret opening my heart after it had been stomped on, trampled over, buried, and not realizing that my heart was planted and that it would grow to be so much bigger, to allow this man into my life and to actually have a kid with this guy, marry him, and open my heart to be, 10 times bigger than it was. I'm so grateful that I was able to do that. So I hope this encourages you guys. You may fall out with the one, but that person may be the one. Or if he gives you an ultimatum, show him why you the real. Show him how you deserve it. Right, babe? Say something. They can't see that.
You weren't talking to me.
I am talking to you. Like, anyways. But I love you guys. I just wanted to tell you that story. As you guys know, that you'll get more stories about us on Say I Do, which will be airing on July 1st on Netflix. I hope you guys will be watching with us. If you have any questions or any comments, tell me how you met your significant other or a funny relationship story in the comments down below. I love you guys.